Life is expensive. And I'm not just talking about money. I'm talking about the cost of waking up every day and realizing that just existing requires payment. Rent is expensive. Food is expensive. Fuel is expensive. Data is expensive. Peace of mind is expensive. And the crazy part, most people are working harder than ever, yet somehow falling further behind. How do we get here? There was a time when one income could run a household. One salary could buy land, build a house, raise children, save for retirement. Today, two incomes can barely survive in some cities. So what changed? Let's start with the truth nobody wants to say. Life has always been hard. But modern life is uniquely expensive because we are not just paying for survival anymore. We are paying for status. We are paying for appearance. We are paying for validation. And that is where the real cost begins. Think about it. You don't just need a phone. You need a good phone. You don't just need clothes. You need branded clothes. You don't just need a car. You need a car that signals progress. Social media has turned life into a competition. Everyone is performing. Everyone is winning. Everyone is blessed. And if you are not careful, you will start spending money you don't have to impress people who don't care. That is expensive. Very expensive. Inflation is real. Groceries cost more. Rent keeps rising. Transportation costs more. But there is another inflation nobody talks about. Lifestyle inflation. The more you earn, the more you spend. The promotion comes. You upgrade your apartment. You upgrade your wardrobe. You upgrade your circle. You upgrade your problems. And suddenly, the extra money disappears. Life feels expensive not only because things cost more, but because our expectations cost more. Our parents compared themselves to their neighbors. We compare ourselves to the entire world. A 25-year-old today is competing with billionaires on Instagram. Of course you feel behind. Of course you feel broke. You are measuring your chapter 1 against someone else's chapter 20. That mental pressure is expensive. It costs peace. It costs confidence. It costs contentment. Now let's talk about survival. Imagine this. You wake up. Before you make money, you owe money. Rent is waiting. Electricity is waiting. Internet is waiting. Loan repayments are waiting. Subscriptions are waiting. Life is standing at your door every morning with a bill. And here's the dangerous part. Most people don't own their time. They rent their time. 8 hours a day. 5 days a week. Sometimes 6. Sometimes 7. You trade your life for survival. And if your income stops, everything collapses. That fragility is expensive because it keeps you anxious. It keeps you dependent. It keeps you stuck. Let's talk about something uncomfortable. Looking successful is expensive. Weddings, birthday parties, luxury vacations, designer outfits for one event, bottle service in clubs, all financed by debt. We live in a generation that would rather look rich than become rich. And that mindset is financially deadly because wealth is built quietly, but poverty is loud. The expense of life is often an illusion. The people flexing the hardest are often struggling the most. The quiet one investing monthly? That person is dangerous. Now let's zoom out. Why does life feel harder now? Because the cost of living has increased faster than the growth of wages in many parts of the world. But also, because our desires have multiplied. You are not just paying for food. You are paying for convenience. You are not just paying for transportation. You are paying for comfort. You are not just paying for housing. You're paying for aesthetics. And there is nothing wrong with wanting comfort. But comfort has a price. Everything has a price. Freedom has a price. Luxury has a price. Success has a price. Even ignorance has a price. If you ignore financial literacy, you will pay with stress. If you ignore discipline, you will pay with regret. If you ignore saving, you will pay with crisis. Life is expensive. But being careless is even more expensive. Now let's talk about adulthood. Nobody prepares you for this. As a child, life is structured. School, friends, home, food appears. Bills are invisible. Then one day, you become the bill payer. And suddenly you understand why your parents were always serious. Responsibility is expensive, not just financially, emotionally, mentally, physically. You worry about tomorrow. You worry about income. You worry about security. You worry about your family. That mental weight is heavy. And when money is tight, that weight becomes unbearable. Debt is one of the most expensive mistakes people make casually. Credit cards. Buy now, pay later. Loans for lifestyle. Loans for status. Loans for emergencies that could have been avoided. Debt steals future income. It's like spending tomorrow's money today. And when tomorrow comes, you are already behind. This is how the cycle traps people. Earn, spend, borrow, repeat. No wealth, just motion. And motion is not progress. Let's pause here, because I want you to understand something clearly. Life is expensive, but not all expenses are financial. The wrong relationship is expensive. The wrong friends are expensive. The wrong habits are expensive. Procrastination is expensive. Lack of skill is expensive. Staying comfortable too long is expensive. The world rewards value. If you increase your value, you increase your income potential. But if you stay the same while prices rise, you fall behind. That's the brutal math of modern life. And this is just the beginning. Because in the next section, we're going to talk about why even people who are working full-time still feel broke, and why the middle-class dream is quietly collapsing. Now let's talk about something that confuses a lot of people. You have a job. You wake up early. You work hard. You get paid. Yet somehow, you still feel broke. How is that possible? Because income is not the same as wealth. Income is what you earn. Wealth is what you keep. And most people are trained to focus only on earning, not keeping. Let's break it down. You get paid at the end of the month. For a brief moment, you feel relief. Then the deductions begin. Rent, utilities, food, transport, subscriptions, family support, unexpected expenses. By the middle of the month, the money is already shrinking. By the end of the month, you're counting days. And if something goes wrong, hospital bill, car repair, emergency travel, everything collapses. That's not wealth. That's survival. The middle-class trap is subtle. You earn just enough to live comfortably, but not enough to build real assets. You upgrade your lifestyle as your salary increases. Better apartment, better phone, better car, better vacations. But your savings don't grow. Your investments don't grow. Your assets don't grow. Only your expenses grow. That's lifestyle inflation, and it's one of the biggest silent killers of financial progress. Nobody tells you this when you get promoted. They congratulate you. They celebrate you. They don't warn you. The more you earn, the more disciplined you must become, because the temptation to spend increases with income. Let's talk about time. Most people trade time for money. That's the default system. You work an hour. You get paid for that hour. If you stop working, you stop earning. That means your income has a ceiling. There are only 24 hours in a day. You can't work 40 hours in one day. So your earning power is limited by your time and energy. That's why wealthy people focus on leverage. Leverage means making money without directly trading every hour for it. Investments, businesses, digital products, royalties, assets that work even when they sleep. But most people are stuck in the time for money cycle. And it feels safe. A salary feels stable, predictable, reliable, until it isn't. Layoffs happen. Companies close. Industries change. Technology replaces roles. Suddenly that stable income disappears. And if you built your entire life around one paycheck, life becomes very expensive very quickly. Now let's talk about the emotional cost of financial stress. Money problems don't stay in your bank account. They enter your relationships. They enter your health. They enter your sleep. Arguments increase. Anxiety increases. Confidence decreases. Financial pressure is one of the leading causes of relationship breakdowns worldwide. Because when money is tight, patience is thin, dreams shrink, stress multiplies. And here's the painful truth. Many people are not broke because they don't earn. They're broke because they never learned. Nobody teaches financial literacy in school. You learn algebra. You learn history. You learn chemistry. But nobody teaches you how to budget properly, how to invest, how to understand compound interest, how to analyze risk, how to build assets. So people enter adulthood educated, but financially clueless. And the system benefits from that ignorance. Consumers who don't understand money. spend more than they should, borrow more than they should, invest poorly, and stay dependent. Let's talk about credit culture. Buy now, pay later, zero down payment, easy installment plans. Everything is designed to make spending painless. When paying becomes painless, overspending becomes easy. And when overspending becomes normal, debt becomes permanent. A car loan for 5 years, a mortgage for 30 years, phone financing, furniture financing, everything financed. Your future income already has owners before you even earn it. That's expensive, very expensive. Now let's talk about something deeper. The cost of having a child. Children are a blessing, but they're also a financial responsibility. Food, healthcare, education, clothing, housing, extracurricular activities, and beyond money, time, attention, energy. If you are not financially prepared, the pressure multiplies. And that's why planning matters. Because love is powerful, but planning sustains. Now let's examine another silent expense. Bad decisions. One wrong business deal. One impulsive investment. One partnership without due diligence. One lifestyle choice fueled by ego. Mistakes are expensive. Sometimes they cost money. Sometimes they cost reputation. Sometimes they cost years. The older you get, the more you realize that wisdom saves money. Patience saves money. Discipline saves money. Let's talk about the illusion of entrepreneurship. Many people think business is the automatic escape from financial stress. But business without structure is chaos. Business without capital is fragile. Business without strategy is gambling. Entrepreneurship can create wealth, but it can also destroy savings if done emotionally. You don't start a business because you hate your boss. You start because you see a system, a solution, a scalable opportunity, and you prepare. Preparation reduces expensive mistakes. Now here's a powerful idea. Feeling broke is sometimes psychological. You might earn more than your parents ever did, but because you see people earning 10 times more online, you feel inadequate. Comparison creates artificial poverty. If your lifestyle is stable, your bills are paid, you're progressing, but you constantly compare upward, you'll always feel behind. That feeling pushes people into reckless spending, trying to catch up, trying to level up quickly, trying to force success. And forcing success is expensive, very expensive. Let's breathe for a moment. Life is expensive, yes, but confusion makes it more expensive. Lack of clarity makes it more expensive. If you don't know where your money is going, it will disappear. If you don't know your financial goals, spending becomes emotional. Clarity is power. When you track your income and expenses, you regain control. When you understand your patterns, you can change them, and control reduces stress. Now let's transition into something critical. Why does the middle-class dream feel like it's collapsing? Because the rules changed. Hard work alone is no longer enough. Degrees alone are no longer enough. Loyalty to one company is no longer enough. The world rewards adaptability, skills, technology leverage, network, positioning. If you don't evolve, you get priced out of life. And that's the harsh reality. Life doesn't get cheaper. You must become more valuable. You must become more strategic. You must think beyond survival. Because survival is expensive, but stagnation is even more expensive. In the next section, we're going to go deeper. We'll talk about why the wealthy think differently, why multiple income streams matter, and how to build resilience in an unpredictable economy. Because life may be expensive, but with the right mindset and strategy, it doesn't have to break you. Let's go deeper. Because understanding that life is expensive is only the beginning. The real question is this: why do some people survive, while others struggle constantly? In the same economy, the difference is not luck. It's leverage. Wealthy people don't just work harder. They think differently. The average person thinks, how can I earn more money this month? The wealthy person thinks, how can I build something that pays me repeatedly? That shift changes everything. Let's talk about income streams. If you have one source of income, you have one point of failure. If that source stops, everything stops. That's financial fragility. Now imagine having 2 sources, or 3, or 5. Now losing one doesn't destroy you. That's resilience. Multiple income streams don't mean doing 5 jobs at once. It means building assets, an investment that earns dividends, a skill you can monetize online, a small business, a digital product, real estate, something that produces value beyond your daily effort. Because remember this, you cannot save your way into wealth if your income is limited. You need growth. Now let's talk about the salary illusion. A salary feels safe, but it's controlled by someone else. Your raise depends on someone else. Your promotion depends on someone else. Your job security depends on someone else. That dependency is risky, and risk without control is expensive. This doesn't mean jobs are bad. Jobs are tools, but they shouldn't be cages. A job should fund your freedom, not finance your dependency. If all your income funds only consumption, you are stuck. If part of your income funds assets, you are building. That's the difference. Now let's talk about the middle class squeeze. The poor struggle openly. The wealthy operate strategically. The middle class is pressured from both sides. High enough income to spend, low enough wealth to stress. They pay the most taxes proportionally. They upgrade lifestyle quickly. They carry long-term debt, and they rarely invest aggressively. That's why many middle-class families stay middle-class for generations. Not because they are lazy, but because they follow the default script. Study hard, get a job, buy a car, buy a house, work 30 years, retire. Hope savings are enough. But inflation doesn't retire. Expenses don't retire. Life keeps charging. Now let's talk about something critical. Time is your most valuable currency. Money can be regained. Time cannot. If you spend 10 years building nothing but consumption, that cost is irreversible. If you spend 10 years building skills and assets, that reward compounds. Compound interest is not just financial. It's personal. Skills compound. Reputation compounds. Discipline compounds. Network compounds. The earlier you start building, the less expensive life feels later. Now let's discuss the trap of quick money. When life feels expensive, people want fast solutions. Crypto hype, gambling, risky trades, Ponzi schemes, guaranteed returns. Desperation makes people vulnerable, and vulnerability attracts predators. Scams thrive in expensive economies because people are searching for shortcuts. But shortcuts are usually expensive detours. Slow, strategic growth may feel boring, but is powerful. Let's shift to mindset. Scarcity mindset says, there is not enough. There are no opportunities. I'm stuck. Abundance mindset says, what skill can I build? What problem can I solve? How can I position myself better? The economy rewards problem solvers. If you solve bigger problems, you earn more. It's that simple. But solving bigger problems requires growth, learning, discomfort, risk. And most people avoid discomfort. Comfort is expensive in the long run, because while you're comfortable, someone else is building. Now let's talk about environment. Your circle influences your financial future. If everyone around you spends recklessly, you normalize it. If everyone around you avoids investing, you delay it. If everyone around you fears growth, you shrink. But if you surround yourself with thinkers, builders, strategic people, your mindset expands. And mindset determines decisions. Decisions determine outcomes. Outcomes determine lifestyle. It's all connected. Let's talk about digital leverage. We live in a time where your skill can reach the world. You can learn online. You can earn online. You can build online. But many people use technology only for entertainment. Scrolling, comparing, consuming, instead of creating. The same phone that drains your time could generate income. The same internet that feeds comparison could feed opportunity. Life is expensive, but opportunity has never been more accessible. The question is discipline. Discipline determines who benefits. Now let's talk about delayed gratification. This is uncomfortable. It means saying no today, so you can say yes tomorrow. It means skipping certain luxuries to build long-term freedom. It means investing instead of impressing. And in a culture of instant gratification, delayed gratification feels unnatural, but it's powerful. Every wealthy person understands this. They plant seeds, water them, wait, while others eat their seeds immediately. The difference shows years later. Let's zoom out again. The economy is unpredictable. Technology is evolving. Artificial intelligence is replacing tasks. Industries are shifting. If your skill is replaceable, your income is vulnerable. So what do? You build rare skills. You combine skills. You adapt constantly. The person who learns faster earns faster. The person who resists change gets priced out. Life is expensive, but stagnation is unaffordable. Now ask yourself something honestly. If your income doubled tomorrow, would your lifestyle simply double? Or would your assets grow? Because if income increases without financial intelligence, you simply upgrade your stress. More house, more car, more maintenance, more expectations, more pressure. Growth without structure is chaos. Structure protects progress. And that's what we're going to talk about next. Because knowing the problem is not enough. In the final section, we're going practical. How to survive, how to stabilize, how to build, how to win, even when life is expensive. Now we've talked about the problem. We've talked about the pressure. We've talked about the traps. Now let's talk about control. Because life is expensive, but chaos is optional. The first step to surviving in an expensive world is awareness. You cannot fix what you refuse to measure. Most people don't know exactly how much they spend monthly. They guess. They estimate. They assume. But assumptions are expensive. Write down every expense. Rent, food, transport, subscriptions, impulse purchases. Track it for 30 days. You will discover leaks. And leaks sink financial ships. The second step is separating needs from ego. Needs keep you alive. Ego keeps you broke. Be honest with yourself. Is this purchase improving my future? Or just improving my image? Because image maintenance is a full-time expense. And the return is usually zero. Third step, build an emergency buffer. Even a small one. Because emergencies are not surprises. They are guarantees. Cars break down. People get sick. Opportunities appear. If you have no buffer, every problem becomes a crisis. Start small, but start. Consistency matters more than size. Fourth step, increase your earning capacity. Cutting expenses has limits. Growth does not. Learn a high-value skill. Improve your communication. Study your industry. Position yourself for promotion or pivot. Your income ceiling is directly tied to your value, and value can be increased. Fifth step, invest early, even if it's small, even if it feels insignificant, because compound growth rewards time, not intensity. It's not about getting rich quickly. It's about not being poor slowly. Sixth step, avoid high-interest debt like your peace depends on it, because it does. Debt is reverse compounding. It grows against you. Every month you delay repayment. It grows stronger. Discipline is painful, but debt pressure is worse. Seventh step, redefine success. Success is not looking rich. Success is sleeping peacefully. Success is having options. Success is not panicking over bills. Success is saying no to things that don't align. When you redefine success, you reduce unnecessary pressure, and reduced pressure reduces reckless decisions. Now let's talk about mindset again. Victim thinking says, the economy is bad. The system is rigged. There's no opportunity. And yes, the economy can be harsh. Yes, systems can be flawed. But staying in victim mode keeps you powerless. Ownership thinking says, what can I control? What can I learn? What can I build? Control what you can. Adapt to what you can't. That's maturity. Now here's something powerful. You don't need to win immediately. You need to survive strategically. Small wins compound. A paid-off debt. A new skill. A side income stream. A disciplined month of budgeting. Momentum builds confidence. Confidence builds action. Action builds results. Let's talk about social pressure. People will question your discipline. They will call you cheap. They will call you boring. They will laugh at your delayed gratification. Until 5 years later, when your stability is visible and their chaos continues. Stay focused. You are not building for applause. You are building for peace. Now let's address fear. Fear of starting. Fear of failing. Fear of looking small. Fear is expensive because inaction costs time, and time is non-refundable. Start imperfectly. Adjust along the way. Progress beats perfection. Let's talk about long-term thinking. Most people plan for weekends. Few people plan for decades. Ask yourself, where do I want to be in 10 years? Financially, emotionally, professionally. Now reverse engineer. What habits align with that future? What habits sabotage it? Because your daily behavior is voting for your future. Every single day. Life is expensive, but drifting is more expensive. Drifting wastes years. Intentional living builds security. Now imagine something. Imagine waking up knowing your expenses are covered. Your savings are growing. Your skills are valuable. Your income is diversified. Your mind is calm. That peace is priceless. And it is possible, not overnight, but gradually, through discipline, through learning, through courage. Remember this. You're not behind. You are early in your process. Comparison distorts perspective. Focus on your lane. Focus on improvement. Focus on building assets, not applause. And understand something clearly. The world will not slow down for you. Prices will not wait for you. Opportunities will not chase you. You must move. You must adapt. You must build. Because life is expensive. But regret is even more expensive. Financial ignorance is expensive. Pride is expensive. Ego is expensive. Comfort is expensive. But growth? Growth pays. Discipline pays. Strategy pays. Patience pays. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be consistent. Even small improvements change your trajectory. A slight shift in direction today creates a completely different destination tomorrow. So here's the final truth. Life is expensive. Yes, but so is staying the same. Choose your expense wisely. Pay the price of discipline now, or pay the price of regret later. The bill always comes. The only question is, will you be ready? Thank you for watching. If this message helped you think differently, share it, because someone else is silently struggling under financial pressure. And maybe this perspective is what they need. Life is expensive, but with awareness, with strategy, with growth. It doesn't have to own you. It can shape you. It can strengthen you. It can refine you. And one day, you will look back at this season and realize it was the moment you decided to build differently. Stay sharp. Stay disciplined. Stay focused. Because your future is being built right now.